Most drivers don't realize this yet, but if you're driving the same way you did last year, you could already be breaking the law right now. Not next month, not later this year. Today, these rules have already changed. Enforcement has already started, and people are getting pulled over, fined hundreds of dollars, and in some cases, even arrested. And the scariest part is this: there was no warning, no letter, no alert. According to recent surveys, more than half of U.S. drivers have no idea these changes even exist. And not knowing the law doesn't protect you. You don't get a warning, you get the ticket. There's one rule in particular, number 4 in this video, that is catching more drivers off guard than any other. And the penalties are so steep that one small mistake can wreck your entire year. Stay with me, because missing this could cost you instantly. What makes this situation especially dangerous is how quietly everything changed. There were no breaking news alerts, no emails from the DMV, no letters in the mail saying you need to adjust how you drive. Lawmakers updated the rules, enforcement deadlines passed, and police departments didn't wait. Officers are already enforcing these changes during routine traffic stops, and drivers are finding out the hard way that saying, "I didn't know," doesn't get you out of a citation. If you're still driving like it's 2025, there's a real chance you're already breaking at least one of these laws without realizing it. In this video, I'm going to break everything down step by step in plain English, so you know exactly what changed and how to protect yourself before you see flashing lights in your mirror. I spend hours digging through traffic law updates, enforcement changes, and policy rollouts, so you don't have to learn about them on the side of the road. You don't need legal knowledge to follow this, and you don't need to memorize rules. You just need to understand what's different now. And the first change we need to talk about is already one of the most expensive mistakes drivers are making in 2026 because it applies nationwide, and there's almost no flexibility. Here's the rule, plain and simple. Starting January 2026, a new federal distracted driving standard went into effect. If a police officer sees you holding your phone while your vehicle is in motion, that's an automatic violation. It doesn't matter if you're stopped at a red light. It doesn't matter if traffic is crawling. It doesn't matter if you're checking directions for 1 second. If the car's on, you're in the driver's seat, and the phone is in your hand, you're breaking the law. First offenses usually start around $250. Repeat offenses cost more and add points to your license, which means your insurance company will notice. Many drivers are shocked when their insurance increase costs more than the ticket itself. Holding the phone on speaker doesn't count as hands-free. If it's in your hand at all, it's illegal. The fix is simple. Use a phone mount and voice commands. It's far cheaper than one ticket. Another rule already confusing drivers is how lanes are used on multi-lane highways. In more than 20 states, new right lane usage rules now apply during rush hours. On highways with 3 or more lanes, the far right lane is primarily for merging and exiting traffic during peak times. This is where people assume the rule applies all day, but in most states it doesn't. It only applies during specific morning and evening hours. During enforcement periods, staying in the right lane without planning to exit can lead to fines between $150 and $300. There is one rule that can actually help drivers if they know it. Many states now require clear warning signs before speed camera zones. If you receive a camera ticket and there was no visible sign, or the sign was blocked or poorly placed, you may be able to challenge the ticket successfully. Drivers are already winning these cases. This is where people assume speed camera tickets are automatic and final, but that's no longer true everywhere. Now, pay close attention, because this next rule is the one catching the most drivers completely off guard. Let me ask you something. When an ambulance or fire truck passes you, do you start driving again as soon as it clears your car? If you do, you could be breaking the law. In 2026, emergency vehicle yielding rules became much stricter. You are now required to pull to the right and come to a complete stop. Not slow down, not roll forward. And you must remain stopped until the emergency vehicle is at least 200 feet ahead of you before moving again. That's roughly 4 to 5 car lengths, or about 2/3 of a football field. Most drivers move too soon without realizing it. This feels polite, but it's now illegal. Officers are watching closely, especially in busy areas. Fines often start around $500 and traffic school is commonly required. This single mistake is costing drivers thousands when insurance increases are added. Other changes are easier to miss but still expensive. If you drive an electric vehicle, many cities now require that you move your car once charging is complete. Parking in an EV spot without actively charging can lead to fines starting around $100. School zone rules have also expanded. Enforcement now covers early mornings and late afternoons for activities and extended pickup times. Speeding fines in school zones have doubled in many states and often start around $500 with mandatory points. Dash cams are allowed during traffic stops in many states, but posting footage online without blurring faces or plates can lead to privacy lawsuits. Cannabis DUI laws have tightened too. Some states now use strict THC limits, meaning you can test over the limit even days after use. And teen drivers face stricter curfews and passenger limits, with violations often resulting in fines charged to parents. The final change affects anyone involved in an accident with a self-driving vehicle. New laws clarify who is responsible when autonomous systems are involved. If the vehicle was fully autonomous, liability may fall on the manufacturer. But if the system required human input or issued ignored warnings, responsibility can shift instantly. That's why documentation matters more than ever. Police reports and system data can protect you. So here's what matters most. 10 major driving laws changed in 2026, and most drivers still don't know. These rules are already being enforced, and that emergency vehicle rule is the one catching people the fastest. Stop completely. Wait until the vehicle is far ahead, then move. Staying informed is your best defense. Subscribe and turn on notifications because in the next video, I'll explain exactly what to say and what not to say during a traffic stop. And those words can make a much bigger difference than most drivers realize.